Yeah, the pellets happening. The wife's in Kingman. There we go. I'm about to turn this other light on. There we go. That's better. A little bit. What's going on, folks? Oh, we got one on. How you doing? First person on is I don't know. There we go. Brian Wood, what's going on, brother? JP, what's happening? Zach, hey Brian, was it snowing down there in Las Vegas? Just curious. Love you too, Big Mex. Ty, what's going on? YouTube, that's right. So we're here in the, this is the dining room. Kitchen's over there, living's that. So this is a central spot for the pellet stove. Oh, Wisconsin, yeah, well. No, I don't really like Oregon better. That was kind of a joke. Oh, it stayed here pretty good, and it's snowing again tonight. Last night we had 60 to 80 mile an hour winds, snow. It's pretty radical. Yeah. So when that happens, you know, my wife drives up to Kingman. It's about 40 miles. She goes to work. No, Ty, I really like it here. It's kind of like to keep the dummies out. You know, it's kind of a joke. Where you at, Zach? We got the AC running, brother. Shit, man. I got the pellet stove going. Week was all right. I've been working out in Golden Valley. We're painting a house. My friend has a handyman business I told you about, so we got a new job. We're gonna do this house. We're gonna paint the inside. People live one house, and the house next to them, it's a double wide. Their father died, so they snow in the Bay Area. That'd be funny. Zach, oh VA, all right. Debo Green, what's going on, brother? Been a while. So yeah, we're gonna paint the house. So we've been masking everything off, taping up all the windows, doorknobs, lights, just prepping it, you know. We got an airless, so half the work is prepping, over half. And the better you prep it, the easier your job is when you paint it, you know. Troy, what's going on, brother? Just sitting here in front of the pellet stove. You know, when we bought that, Matthew, what's going on? 80 degrees, wow. Snow on Highway 17. Well, Mr. Orange, what's going on? What's that say now? Thank you for all your prayers and support from this channel. I was at work today and I thought about this live stream tonight. Thank you so much for joining tonight, brother. Kudos, sir. What's up, Skips? Skips World. What's going on, brother? Good to have you on. Yeah, so when it snows like this, my wife doesn't drive home. There's black ice on the road. So the place she works, they pay for her to stay in a hotel in town, which, you know, I miss her. She's gonna stay there probably tomorrow night too, so. What's up? Top Cutter. Everything's good, brother. Have you seen Bad Chad on YouTube? He does it live every fabricating awesome. I haven't seen that. I have to check it out. What's up, Roger? How you doing, brother? Back when you're getting Marvelous Ink back in. You know what? I could probably do it this week if he's free. Michael, what's up, brother? That's a. Oh wow, Troy, thank you very much. Thank you, brother. Hit the like button. Oh yeah, please hit the like button. Please share our channel. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It helps us out quite a bit. I like good fire and a good story. That's right. Fireside, you know? This is a new school. What's up? Tran, what's up? I might, Marvelous said he would come on anytime I want. So, he's a good dude, man. I really like him. And for those of you who don't know, I rode my motorcycle with my wife on the back. Now, how long it took you to learn how to paint? Well, I'll get that. So I rode down to Ventura, saw Big Mex in Port Hueneme, then we rode over to LA, and we're in Matavilla, visited with Marvelous, and we split, and my motorcycle was acting funny, so we pulled off. We're across the street from East Los Angeles Laundromat. Yeah, bike took a dump on us, but so my painting skills did not happen overnight. When I was in Youth Authority, I started tattooing, hand plucking. Debo Green. Oh, wow. Thanks, brother. Debo. I did the wolf. What's going on, brother? I did a tattoo pattern for Debo, and I'd like to see it on your skin eventually. Mr. Wilson View. So then when I got to prison, I thought, well, if I'm going to be a tattoo artist, I better learn how to draw my own tattoo patterns. I started drawing. Ardizzle. Citrus Heights. What's going on, brother? It's not my hometown, but I did travel through there quite a bit, my friend. What's up, Big Mick? I'm on my phone, and oh, by the way, I think she deleted a bunch of apps on her computer, which she's not here. I don't know how to use a computer, yo. Like you, but I mostly do graphite pencil, but I love your paint skills. Oh, thank you very much. And since the wife's not here, I'm in the living room painting this. You guys seen this on the easel. I got the ladder, and I got a few things to finish on it. So what that is, let's see if I can find a picture. That's this. That's homeboy working in the field. Turned into a painting. So I got to finish this for him. I've been dragging my feet because I've had other things to do. But so I went from tattooing patterns, all as well. J.E., thank you so much, to drawing tattoo patterns and tattooing. And then I started using colored pencils and pastels and dabbling in watercolor stuff and doing greeting cards and then in 1993 I got to Donovan State Prison, and so let me show you just real quick. I gotta grab a couple things for you. I got to Donovan State Prison, and let's see here, and I started doing my artwork and stuff, and there was a guy in the day room, Danny Rivera, from Orange County, older Mexican cat. He'd been to prison before, and he was on a second degree, and he was painting some really nice. He painted a lot of Aztec stuff, and I kept asking him questions, watching him paint in the day room night after night after night, and then I go, so when are you gonna be finished with that? And he goes, pretty soon. Timbo, what's going on? What is a fam? What it is? Everything's up, brother. We're on Wednesday night. So he gave me a canvas. He gave me red, blue, yellow, and white, and one paintbrush. And I painted that owl. I wish I still had that, but I don't, unfortunately. But that's when I started painting, 1993, and I haven't stopped since. I love it. So this is a tattoo pattern for Big Shane, who didn't make it, but he's a truck driver. He lives in Illinois, so I believe he's going to make it out for that. That's just a chillin' bro. Salute from North County. Dago, what's up? Bong Donkey. And this is a back pattern I'm working on. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got some stuff, Viking style stuff. That's a back pattern for Big Gabe, San Francisco. So that's how I do my tattoo patterns. We could be the next Sinister Monopoly. I would like to be, but oh wow, 10 inches of snow, brother. That's crazy. We got like an inch and a half, maybe. Yeah, so this is how I do my tattoo patterns. I went to a tattoo shop, told me I'd like to, I'm gonna shade all this in like I did that other one. You know, we'll call you, set up an interview. They never called me, you know, so I'm over it, trying to get in the shop. My homeboy Gary said you should try to get a job in a shop, you know. But I don't know. I guess I just don't fit in. Be nice if I could rent just a room about as big as a prison cell. 7 degrees in Charlotte. Bong Donkey, it might snow in Fallbrook tonight. Wow. Well, we're getting pounded by snow and high winds. So, and I talked to Turkey Loco. He said it was windy as hell over there in Oceanside today. So that's how I do my tattoo patterns. The way guys do them now in shops is they get a photograph. I really like this picture of Jack Nicholson. The guy puts it on his iPad, traces the outline, prints it out the size he wants, puts it on, looks at, and that's all done. Yeah, that's right, Timbo. It's a hard, intensive family, brother. Tank Dog, what's up, brother? DC Irish, Debo Green, that's right. And like Debo's pattern, I drew for him. It's all hand drawn. Seen that Prison Guard channel. I have seen the Prison Guard channel. I watched a couple of his videos. They're not too bad. I think he went on with Jen Magana on Convicted Hearts. You might want to check that out. I'm going to check it out later tonight. Since the wife's not here, I'm going to check it out. Jen's pretty cool. If you haven't checked out Convicted Hearts, Jen Magana, she's great. I've done a lot of native art pieces, bro. Skips will have 100 plus hours in some of my art, but man, I never got to the level of painting. I don't know how to mix colors. I only learned black and gray. I used to work at a tattoo shop. It's not all great. No, it's not all great, brother. So check this out, Skip. I'm gonna have to do a video on how to paint. You don't start off with colors when you paint. You start off with black and gray. Oh, Joey Frakes, thank you. Best prison channel out there. Lumberjack salute. Thank you, Joey. Papa Willie, what's up, big dog? Being independent, then being in a tattoo. Yeah, I think so. All the money's yours. You don't have to. If you only make $800 for a tattoo that costs $1,800 in the shop, you don't have to give up, half or a third to the shop. So, so you're actually winning. So anyway, you want to start with burnt umber and white and maybe black, and you figure out your values. And your values are how light or how dark something is. That's, I'm going to have to do some videos on that. I actually have a painting video on here, one. I painted a bird of paradise flower, and our good friend Juan's got it, who we love very much. And I hope your new marriage is doing well, my brother. So I did do a painting video. I painted a bird of paradise flower, just to show you how to get your values. I might have to do another one, and then I'll show you how to color it in, I'm not your traditional painter. Ardizzle, what's up? Values, dark to light, that's right. Well, Marvelous has his own private studio too, and you know what? I wish I did, but we have a bedroom and a bedroom and a bedroom, so I'm getting there. I tattoo in the house, but so anyway, you want to learn how to get dark to light values. Bob Ross painting is considered a hobby craft for women, housewives that don't work, people with disabilities that are home all day. It's not really considered artwork. Bob Ross was a cool dude. Before I learned how to paint, I used to love his show. Let me know when you got time for ink. I'm working on that, brother. Oh, my tattoo gun. Well, I have a couple, and I have them right here because I was gonna tattoo. And I'll grab it if I can find it. It's right here because I was gonna work on somebody. So I have an easy tattoo. It's got the digital readout here. It's got on, and it's got adjustable, click, 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 shit. Right? Battery goes in the end. Uh-oh. Battery goes in the end. Something fell out. There it is. The battery plate goes there. Takes one battery. I can tattoo for about 4 hours with this. Right? That's Easy Tattoo Company. I also have a Easy Tattoo rotary machine with an adapter for a cartridge. Right? So this gives me a little bit harder hit, but I could slow this down to 4 volts, which I can't do with that one. That one I can use battery or plug in. Then I have another Easy Tattoo that's just has a needle bar on it. So if I want to get a nice hard hit with a needle bar, I can use that. So I have two. They're all made by Easy Tattoo, and they're fairly reasonable, cheaper than Bishop machines. But so anyway, Danny Rivera started me painting, and I'm going to tell you it was a long, arduous journey because they had Hobby Shop in Donovan. They didn't have any hobby in I have 3 Bishop brand new tattoo guns and Michelangelo. That's the only one I got is Easy Tattoo. So yeah, so when I went to Corcoran, they didn't have any hobby, so I got like 370 colored pencils in my quarterly package. And the cop was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And I go, "Hey, I'm an artist." And he gave them to me. And then I went to Lancaster. They had hobby, and I got a job in Arts and Corrections. I worked in there for damn near 5 years, painting and donating all my art. How about a painting of Sonny Allen, a book? Yep. And so, and then I went back to Donovan. I had done away with hobbies, so I did stash all my hobby materials so I wouldn't take them. And then I went to San Quentin, went to Soledad, no hobby. Ended up CMC because for Medical West because I had Valley Fever. You can only order $300 every quarter materials. Jenny Selby, what's up from Dago? Thank you for tuning in. And so then I went to Soledad CMC. I paroled from there. But so just imagine. Your hustle's gone because I don't sell dope anymore. I got busted selling tobacco. When I was in San Quentin, I was selling tobacco. I made quite a bit of money selling tobacco. I'm not bragging, but I got $800 about for a can of Bugler. So what I did was money to the family, and eat a package. No stress on the family. My thought was the tobacco hustle's gonna run out. I wanna paint for the rest of my time in prison, which will be the rest of my life. What's up, Lakewater? King Spade, what's up? I didn't see it. Bong Donkey, I don't know where it's at. So, oh, I did see the new Indian sport. I'm not really impressed. So anyway, just imagine when I had the tobacco money, I got a lot of art supplies sent in. I got enough art supplies sent in to last me 10 or 15 years. I got busted with tobacco. I got transferred to Soledad. I lost all that shit. All them rats pilfered through my shit and told them, "Oh, he's my enemy. He's gonna kill me." And I couldn't go back to the main line. And so I ended up in CMC West. And just imagine. No hustle, I was on the yard crew. I was like, fuck Industries for a while. Then I got a job in Industries later, so you make $60 a month, $70 a month for line work and for shade. Well, I turn it up for lines and I slow it down for shading. That's all, it depends on how I feel, And so, you get 60, $65 a month, right, from your job, and you can spend. So I need a bunch of shit. I got to spend $150. Well, that means I'm going to go to the canteen. I'm going to buy a couple jars of coffee, some toothpaste. I use State soap, and that's it. I will save my money, and then boom, make my hobby order every month, every quarter. You can only make one order every quarter, so I didn't miss them, Then they give you a lot of fucking grief about your orders too. So doing artwork in the end, because hobby was just taken away and had no respect for it by staff. It was difficult, man. It was something that you have to sacrifice for, to do, and I did. I wasn't gonna fucking do illegal activity anymore, so I was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna work in PIA Laundry, and I'm gonna save my money, buy my art supplies, and do my shit. That's where I did all my t-shirt patterns, you know, my motorcycle paintings, which I want to get back to. I did all that stuff the last few years of my prison term. And Bobby Barminski is sending some of my t-shirt patterns that he paroled with to me eventually, which are a lot of more Christian stuff. They're called Defenders of Faith. So anyway, if you want to do something, whether you're in prison or you're on the streets, you got to sacrifice for it. I mean, that's just, unless you're just a genius and you know how to make a lot of money real easily. Yeah, the tattoo artist right now can't even draw. What's up, Mick? Zach, that's right. Salute to Wack. Oh, Wack's getting his new pad. He's in. That's right, brother. I'm going to call you after the show, too. Yeah, tattoo artist now can't draw. Oh, James, thank you so much. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his ways. Though he fell, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. Man, I like that. I like that. You know, if you're in God's good grace, even though you fall down, you can get yourself back up with his help and make it. And so that's what I did. You know, I fell in love with artwork, and you know, I just I did whatever I had to do to be able to do it in prison, and now I can do it out here. I'm doing it out here. I'm doing this painting of a guy working on Stopple in the oil fields for Bill down in Texas. You know, look at that. This is. And that's him working in the oil. And this thing is a stopple. And it stops the flow of oil in the pipe for whatever reason. You can look up stopple on YouTube and you can see what it is and what he does. And so he's proud of what's up. That's right, Lakewater. He's proud of what he does. He asked me if I could do a painting, and I told him, yeah, you know, and so I'm doing it. I'm going to finish this up hopefully this week. And I feel good about doing that for him. Thank you. You know, like I said, here's a photograph. You know, I like to do art. Like, this isn't my favorite thing to do, but my favorite thing to do is paint motorcycle stuff. I like to paint flowers, seascapes, but he doesn't want to hang this photograph on the wall. I feel good because he contacted me and said, hey, can you do a painting of me working out in the field? I go, send me the photograph, and he did, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Makes me feel good, you know, that I can do that for him. He's gonna have that hanging on his wall in his house, and so that's pretty cool shit, you know. The more I read the Gospels, the more I see Jesus was the most intelligent philosopher. Well, he was more than a philosopher to us, but that's cool. You should ride with him, brother. When you come out and get your tattoo, he wants to come with you. I don't know how many hours I have in it because I don't keep track, bro. It's almost dead on, man. You got to. Yeah, it's, you know, I want to do a good job for him, you know, and I'm glad he chose me to do it. So, Sugar Smack, what's up, brother? So, Brian, Joey loves his Indian, loves it. My homeboy Joey lives in Las Vegas, and when I went into Indian to get my air filter and tune and oil change, he came over and he bought an Indian. He had some money from a lawsuit. Been riding Harleys his whole life. He loves it. He got a Springfield. The new Indian Chief Sport, I'm not impressed. They have a inverted front end, which, you know, you can go buy and put on your bike if you want. For our sins on the cross. That's right, Mr. Orange. I got him on the dark side. Yeah. Indians are awesome. If you rode one, you'd probably fall in love with them. Joey did, and he goes, hey, all these Harley guys talking bad about Indians. He goes, I don't get it because it's the best bike he's ever ridden, and I feel the same about mine. But Harleys are cool, Indians rule. The new Indian Chief Sport, they should not be yelling with my man, only the power of God. So I don't like the fairing on it. I'd rather have a Crater or Memphis Shades T-Sport fairing. I don't like T-bars, so there's that. Big Oos, what's up, brother? You know, dual disc brakes on the front are cool. You can do all that yourself, you know. So I'm not impressed. They left the same fenders, same tank, same seat. They might have a Saddleman looking seat. I don't know. I'm not impressed, you know. Yeah, I'm not. You see, I changed the fenders on my bike. I changed the pipe. I had a handmade pipe from Hangtown Customs. I got an air cleaner from Indian, obviously, and a tune. But don't get me wrong, I love Indians. But if you want a sport Chief, make it yourself. That's where we come from. My homeboy Joey, that you know, Brian and I, that's where we come from. Joey will tell you stories, and he's a good guy to ride with, Brian. Really, and he's like, you know, and he told me he wants to go riding with you, but cool. That's right, Oos. Jack Humphreys doesn't bring in Cleveland, Ohio, checking in. JP's been a member for 11 months. Thank you so much, family. Green tea with hibiscus. Yeah, Joey's solid, you know. My homeboy Joey's a couple years older than me. Oh, it's what we other wife. Hey, my bike 13 ones he can stay and won't checking in. Thank you, brother, for checking in. My homeboy Joey told, you know, he's a little older than me, but he's got some wear and tear on him. And he goes, you know, brother, he never went to prison. And he goes, you know, life's been hard out here, but I'm proud of him because he's never been to prison. He's been riding motorcycles his whole life. He had some diesel trucks for a while. He said, Ray Green, take care, brother. He's a Mike Hudson, glad to see you. That's right. Yuma, that's right, brother. We got to hook up. I got to fix the wainscoting over there, put trim around. I built the hearth, you know, the tile around that. I got to trim it out. You know, we got some stuff to do, but it's coming along. Yeah, so my homeboy Joey that lives in Las Vegas now, he's a pool repairman. He worked with his brother doing solar shit for a while. That's what brought him to Las Vegas. But I'm really proud of him. He's worked his whole life. He's been out of prison, never been to prison. He's hung around motorcycle clubs, and he's just basically a loner that just loves motorcycles. You know, he loves Harleys. He used to ride choppers. And I can tell you a story about Joey. You know, growing up, Joey had a 61 BSA, and it was a pile. It looked kind of cool. Tommy, they stretched the frame and all that, made a little chopper out of it. But he goes, hey, brother, it's a 1961 BSA. It's the last year they had a separate transmission. He didn't want to get rid of it, you know. He rode the shit out of it. But, you know, I told the story in one of my videos about my homeboys that, you know, I had a crew of homeboys that used to build bikes and all that stuff. And when I started kind of, Greggy Yala. Oh, this is homemade, bro. I put 50 tea bags in a pot and boil them. I boil them, and then I throw in a handful or two of hibiscus flower, dried hibiscus flower from the 99 cents. That's my tea. I love it. Yeah, so Joey and Tommy and them, everyone else has passed away, but Joey's still around. But they, you know, used to hug me and say, hey, brother, you know, you're going to go to prison, man. If you don't slow down, you got to slow down, brother. You know, we love you. And I'd say, man, I don't give a fuck. You know, it was my common 17-year-old fucking, you know, defense mechanism. I don't give a fuck. And they were right. You know, I went to prison and you know, I had goals. I wanted to sell dope and I wanted to fucking be an outlaw motherfucker and all that shit. And, you know, tough guy, you know. I just didn't realize how fucked up I was from, you know, having a fucked up family life growing up, man. And you know, I didn't get a chance to grow out of that phase, you know. My thoughts on Jesus, I'll tell you in a minute. You know, so I ended up in prison before I could grow out of that phase. But Joey and my other homeboys, they were building motorcycles, riding motorcycles. None of them ever got in a club, but they're straight up outlaw motorcycle riding fools, you know. And Joey's still around, and I'm glad he's close because I love him to death, you know. And so I had a witness against me. That's right, Brian. I had a witness against me who lied. So while I was in prison, part of my appeal, Joey went and hunted this guy down and drug him down to my lawyer and got an affidavit from him. And that was no easy task, believe me. So he's a good brother, you know, and I love him. As far as Jesus goes, that's my personal higher power. That's my savior, you know. Jesus Christ is the Lord to me. Good night, Mitch. Good night, Art Dizzle. Jason Menifee, what's up, brother? I go to a Russian Orthodox church. So that should tell you. I was talking to Tony last night, who has showed me pictures of the Manson car that they drove to all the crime scenes and stuff. But he goes, you know, one thing about the Russian Orthodox Church, and he's Jewish, he said, you know, they're all about Jesus. Straight up, that's it. You know, in a world where, you know, Anglican Church has homosexual bishops and transgender homosexual priests, you know, some churches are sanctioning same-sex marriages. They're going along with the woke agenda. I'm glad that I go to a church that doesn't participate in any of that stuff. And I'll just leave it at that, you know. We love it. We got a good priest. We got a good congregation. What's up, Kel? Kel's in the house, folks. That's right. How's things in Canada, brother? See the snow you posted today. That's right, Ken. It's nice. Yeah, you know, so I'm proud to be a member of my church, and we have a good church. So snowy big time. That's right. Snowed here today, but nothing like Canada. I know that, you know. But Makira, what's going on? Adrian's not here. She's at work, but big storm. So when it snows, Adrian doesn't drive home in the snow. So she's staying in the hotel up in Kingman. Checking in from the road in Charleston. What's up? Matt, what's going on in Charleston? Yeah, it's because I don't want her driving in the snow. There's black ice and Alpha Mag #1. I can remember the Navy back in the 80s. A master chief once told me, son, from behind it's all the same. Oh, God. That's fucking crazy. Wow. That's crazy shit. Yeah, so she doesn't drive home with the black ice and all that stuff. In respect to the LGBT community, but I was always told that it goes against the Christian faith and feel like church is serving the rainbow thing before the Bible. Well, Heinz and Blue, maybe you should check out a Russian or an Antiochian Orthodox church. Taking 10 break route from Howell, Grand Prairie, Texas. That's right, Matt. I love the road. Howdy from snowy Oregon. That's right. It's a video. Looking forward to getting a post. Yeah, you know, I can make one of those. I'll have to check it out, Kel. Yeah, maybe you should check out the Orthodox Church, you know. I recommend the Russian church, but they also have the Antiochian Orthodox Church. Look it up just Google the local Orthodox church, you know. You might like it. Yeah, we got to protect the precious cargo, my beautiful wife. So I'm gonna miss her for a couple days. But the hospital where she works, they pay for the hotel room because they don't want her getting in a wreck. There's some of the oldest. Actually, yeah, Antiochian is older than the Greek church, but there's some problems with the Greek church right now. The patriarch is called the ecumenical patriarch, and he's kind of going along with the Western shit. So there's some issues going on right now with that. He's kind of not really good with us. So very cool. Her staying put. Roads are crazy. That's right. Yeah, I don't want her getting in an accident. Got a wood burner. That, my friend, is a pellet stove. That's right, Goose. Now, if you get a pellet stove, you can get a tax break too. Yeah, please like and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, so she stays at work. I mean, I miss her, but I'll be working tomorrow and the next day, and it's snowing, man. So I don't want her getting in an accident. That's just the way that goes. So, yeah, if you like, you fooled me. Yeah, you can get a tax break for having a pellet stove, and they work really good. If you're fed up with mainstream Christianity and you want to check out some ancient stuff, check out the Orthodox Church. It's pretty cool. Put it this way, this is how it goes. That's right, Brian Wood. That's right. Gouging. Internet, I don't know. The internet thing was that the computer had some apps on it that was killing my computer, I guess. Billabong Matt, what's up, brother? Matthew McCall, you studied tires in AZ now. Yeah. They don't really work, Zach, and that thing blows the air out. So this is the motto of the church. I'm a Muslim. Well, that's fine, with me. Whatever your faith is, that's your faith. Stick to it. My thing and our church's thing is, if the church starts here and the world starts here, and the world goes here, and then the world goes here, and then the world goes here, my phone is. Am I buffering? Or is that on the other end? Because I'm using my phone, so I should be good. So if the world keeps moving this way and the church starts here, right? What does the church do? Our computer. I'm sorry. What does the church do? Does the church follow the world, or does the church stay where it's at? What's up, Carl? How you doing, brother? Carl's still around. Yeah, so anyway, that's the thing. The Orthodox Church has stayed here while the world's moved forward and the other churches have followed the world. So that's kind of the motto that we have in the church. Yeah, that's right. The church should not follow the world. The world should follow the church. And if you're a Muslim or you're a Buddhist, then that's your faith. You should stick with it. And I like tradition. Carl's gonna live. Let's get some positive vibes out to our friend Carl, our brother Carl. He's got a little sick. He's fighting cancer, and he got sick recently. So we want him to get well. Positive vibes and prayers out to Carl. And just so you know, the computer is not mine. It's actually my wife's. She's the one that uses it. I do know how to use Zoom on it, but that's about it. So it's really her computer. You and yours enjoy the marbles. Yes, we did, brother. Where you been? Your mom, where you been, brother? We ain't seen you in a while. The kids love them. I hope you're doing all right. Good to see you. That's right. How have you been? Uh, that's right. We love Carl and his wife Daryl. They're great people. And so, if you remember, that's right, Carl. You remember the marble maker, glass blower, when we went through Santa Cruz with Jason Menifee? We interviewed him. Uh, that's your mom. I did say hi to your mom, babe. So she's texting me. I can see it because I'm using my phone. Yeah, so I'm doing my best and a personal health issue. Can I call you? Yeah, you can call me when we get done. For sure. Mike, hello. First time tuning on. Thank you for tuning in, Mike. Trucking with Old Snapper. Everything's good, brother. Mike, thanks for tuning in, brother. Yeah. I might. If not, we got Instagram. Thanks for subbing, Mike. Your mom. Do you have my number? When we get done, I'll give you a buzz one way or another. But it's been a while. I hope you're all right. Did you see that he passed? I didn't see that, so I don't know what that is. But so, what do you guys feel about? What's up, Deshanka? All right, let's give Jason some positive vibes out. He's going to interview for PG&E, I believe. I hope you get that job, brother. And Jason was with us when we went and saw your mom doing the marbles, so that's right. Thanks, your mom. Yeah. I'm in your area. I just rolled into Kingman. Well, my wife's up in Kingman, and I'm about 40 miles down the road, bro. If you want to pull up, yes, sir. We can, Old Snapper. I'm about 40 miles down 93, if you're going that way. So how do you guys feel about, let's see. Oh, I didn't see that, Trucking with Old Snapper. I don't really keep up on news and all that crazy shit, it's, oh, you're headed the other way, all right. How do you feel about Palestine, Ohio? President doesn't go there. It's not a disaster area. No funds. Trump's been there. Trump brought truckloads of water to these people. Biden probably thinks it's Palestine over by Jerusalem, and that's probably why he doesn't want to go there. He's so fucking stupid. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm not me, brother. I've done mine. So in the meantime, Biden's over in the Ukraine, and there are rhino Republicans and Democrats saying they want to give them everything they need. They've already given them over $100 billion of your money, our money. Now they want to give them more. They probably want to give them another $100 billion. Yeah, how much more are we going to allow as Americans? So I'm here calling out saying, look, let your elected official know that you don't want any more of your tax dollars going to Ukraine. It's an illegal war started by Obama and Biden. Obama had a coup, and then Mr. Mad in Santa Cruz. I don't know, Mr. Mad. Anyway, let your elected officials know you don't want any more money going to the Ukraine. If you don't say anything about it, they're going to keep doing it. And let them know if they vote to send more money to the Ukraine, you're going to campaign against them. Mr. Man, Jason's in Santa Cruz. I don't know anyone else that's over there right now. Let them know you're going to campaign against them and you're going to vote against them and you want them out of office if they vote to send more money to Ukraine. Look, we've had train wreck after train wreck after train wreck, fires in plastic plants, metal fab plants on fire, you know. Yeah. Yeah, Jason is in Santa Cruz. Mr. Mom, your mom. So if you need some help, I'm sure he'll help you out. Um, yeah, so my thing is this: we have Americans that can't afford decent food. We have Americans sleeping on the street. We have veterans sleeping on the street. We have veterans committing suicide. We have Americans in need. We have a chemical fire on a train wreck in Ohio that's polluted the water and the air and the living environment. I seen a guy saying, to move back in that house, you need to go and clean the whole house because that residue from the smoke needs to be cleaned up. This dude's over in Ukraine. He doesn't give a shit about the American people or the American economy. All he cares about is washing money. That's right, Tashanka. He cares about laundering money for the Biden crime family. He cares about pleasing his international banker friends like Klaus Schwab and all these other lames that are not elected officials of the United States of America. So let them know. You got to let them know, or they're gonna. I saw a post today, and I sent it to some people, and it said, "Did you ever wonder how normal people allowed Nazism to take hold in Germany, or allowed Germany to become Nazis, basically?" And it said, "Well, now you know. Yeah, love your veterans. Now you know." I'm not saying that Biden's a Nazi, but Biden cows down to somebody who is a Nazi. Klaus Schwab's a Nazi. His dad was a Nazi. His dad migrated to Germany to work for the Nazis. He's a fucking Nazi fuck, and he wants to run the world for the Fourth Reich. So, and Biden cows down to him. Biden's doing things that him and George Soros want. So if you ever wonder how countries are taken over by piece of shit, corrupt individuals who do bad things. Let's just put it that way. That's how it happens. People just turn a blind eye. Dude, veterans are number one in this country, in my book. I'm a veteran of domestic war, California State Prison. But guys, unreal. They're conforming to the new norm that's coming out of the World Economic Forum and the World Government Forum. And they want to sell our sovereignty out. We're a sovereign nation. And people in the military have made it that way. And I was talking to my friend today who lives down the road. This country will not be taken over by foreign power. Our guns are not going to be taken away by the United States military or the United States police or sheriffs. They're not going to take our guns. They'll bring in United Nations troops to take our guns. So if some guy with a blue hat shows up at your house to take your gun, you could shoot him in the face. Bottom line, because when they come and do that, it's on, dude. Your country's been sold down the river, and they're coming to take your guns. The first thing Hitler did was take the guns. Stalin, Hitler, all these guys, the first thing they do is take your guns. Thank you, Tashanka. Yeah, it's not the fourth industrial and greatest nation on earth. That's right. Support your local bikers. It's not the fourth industrial revolution like Klaus Schwab says. It's the Fourth Reich. That's what it is. And it's bankers. Thank you, Jason. So, stay suited up and stay vigilant and vote against these pieces of shit, that want to take over our country and take your guns. They want 15-minute cities. I talk about this every week, but created the UN. That's right. Saucy man. Mitch, how do you feel about the taxpayer having to foot the bill for lawsuits against the police after they kill unarmed citizens? It should come out of their police pocket. Smarter, not harder. I say I want to make human labor obscure. Yeah. They'll never make human labor obscure. Human labor will never be obscure. How do I feel about lawsuits, the government, tax dollars, your money paying lawsuits for police? I don't think they're going to try to take our guns in my lifetime, but maybe my grandkids, maybe our daughter, son-in-law, the grandkids, their lifetime, they might see it. You will see American come together. That's right, Zach. So the police work for you as a citizen, and sometimes police kill guys that are unarmed on accident. Sometimes they do it on purpose. I don't know. If the police officer shoots an unarmed guy, the lawsuit, family wins. The police are a government agency, so the government should pay the lawsuit. If the police are in the wrong, they should most definitely come out of the police force's budget. But the budget for the police force comes out of your tax dollars. They fund the police. And we have a saying, the police are for women, children, and old people. They're not for me. They're not for my friends. We don't call the cops. Kel, thank you, brother, so much. The police are not for us, but they are for women, children, and old people. And can you imagine what the world would be like without police? I mean, you see these guys running into stores, stealing, Gucci purses, smashing, stealing Rolex watches and jewelry and walking out. Just imagine if there was no police whatsoever, what the world would look like. What's up, Art of Survival? Thank you, brother. That's about what it costs too, Kel. So if there were no police, guys like me would be fine. Because then I could really suit up on weapons, which I can't do now because I'm an ex-felon. But the guys who would be the strongest would be the guys that don't have any problem preying on women, children, and old people. They would come up the most. Guys like me would just maintain our shit just out of the fact that, if somebody tried to take our stuff, we would band together and it wouldn't happen. But there's some people that don't know how to protect themselves. Yeah, history's great. So you need police, but there are corrupt police. Los Angeles County had corrupt police. That's one of the main. But every county that has a large police force has corrupt cops. That's just the way it is. Prison guards are corrupt. Prison guards in general. Some of them are pieces of shit. Some are corrupt. And I look at the corrupt ones as some of the biggest pieces of shit, because they're just as much a threat to me as they are to their fellow officer. But that prison guard that goes in, does his 8 hours, you stay out of his face, he stays out of yours, I don't have a problem with. Get a crossbow, that's right. Guys that go 100 miles an hour down the street. The main road that goes through my town, when it goes through town, you're supposed to slow down to 25 miles an hour. Kenny, what's up, brother? Well, people that are tourists from California and whatnot, they breeze through town at 50, 60 miles an hour. It's a 25 mile an hour zone. So the police pull them over and fuck with them. I don't have a problem with that. They're assholes. If you're a danger to your community in a big way, And felon can get his gun rights restored. In California, you can. I don't know about Arizona. But anyway, police have their place in society, and, you know, two sets of rule for us, another for them. All is law and order, but there's some terrible pop cops that run. Yeah, there are cops that ruin people's lives for real, man. And, you know, Los Angeles is a prime example. You know, here's a prime example. When I got out of prison, I got a salvage title, 2004 Dyna, lowrider, Harley Davidson. Okay, because it's a salvage title, it didn't have a license plate. I had to make an appointment with a California Highway Patrol to have them inspect the motorcycle. They sign off on it, and I can go to the DMV and get my license plate. I had to wait 2 months. So the DMV gave me a temporary registration and a temporary motorcycle license. Stick that deep in the wall. So, I got pulled over the day before my inspection at the CHP by a Los Angeles Police Department. He wrote me a fixed ticket for not having a license plate, even though I had a temporary registration. It was a salvage title bike. He goes, well, you should have been down there to the CHP. What are you living in this neighborhood for? I lived in the ghetto. I live in South Central on 54th and Vermont. I go, that's where I live. He goes, are you in some kind of program? I go, yeah, I'm in transitional housing. Why? I go, because I just got out of prison for murder. He goes, what were you in prison for? I go, 2nd-degree murder. I don't need to tell him the details, right? Fuck him. He's an asshole. He went up one side and down the other. Bring back those neighborhood cops who weren't part of. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. So I went to so this guy's a prick, man. Oh, you know, they're probably gonna steal your motorcycle. When I got in an accident, them black dudes that ride bikes in my neighborhood asked the tow truck driver when they see my bike, hey, is dude all right? They were concerned about me. They weren't looking to steal my bike because they're bikers. So anyway, I went to the CHP the next day to have my bike inspected, and I told him the story, and he goes, I showed him on my shit. He goes, you're legit. You should fight this. You're legit. You have the right to ride that bike. He inspected my bike. I told him the story how I got it. He was nice, polite young Mexican cop, polite, respectful, smiling, you know, night and day, you know. One I have respect for, the other one I'd spit in his fucking face if I wouldn't go to jail for it, you know what I'm saying? Your time, fellas should be gone now. That's not, though. So, you know, night and day. That one cop was just doing his job, polite, probably glad to have a nice paycheck. The other cop was a fucking prick. Yeah, don't even get me started on the federal administration. So anyway, I got my license. I got my license plate, and I was legal. But LAPD's a fucked up group of people, and I might be discounting the fact that there might be 1 or 2 decent cops in LAPD. I don't know, but in general, they're a bunch of fucking assholes. Yeah, you never see him out of uniform because they live somewhere else. And he told me, I've been working this area for 20 years, you know? Yeah. I think that cops should live in the area they work. What's up, Bowser? Bottom line. If you're going to police an area, you should know the area, and you should know the people in the area, and you should treat people with respect. Just because people don't have a lot of money and they live in an old rundown ass area doesn't mean they have less value as a human being. They should be treated with the same respect as a motherfucker with a lot of money, if not more so, you know? That's just the way that is. So, what's up, Oak Poacher? Yeah, that some cops are making it up words. Yep. You know, the CHP has been decent to me, but I don't know. I saw when I was working the job readiness program. I was sweeping the streets. I swept the sidewalks, pulled trash cans, all that shit. I remember one day a black cop and a white cop pulled up the stop sign, and oh yeah, there's a uranium fire in Tennessee right now, and they're on Harleys, and I go, "You guys still ride Harleys?" And they're like, "Yeah," and I go, "I got a dime." And he goes, "Be safe," you know. And so they're just fucking dudes doing their job for the most part, but some guys have attitude. It's like in prison. Some of them cops figured it was their job to make our life hard. Especially the new generation of prison guards. They've never had a job. They grew up in a fucked up law and order family. Keyword respect. And so they get a job. First job they've ever had is as a prison guard. And they think it's their duty and their job to make our life miserable. And that's not their fucking job. Their job is to make sure we don't escape and to make sure people don't hurt each other. That's their job. But and other cops will come in there, do their fucking job and leave. But some of them guys got a little Napoleon complex. They got to flex their chest. They give your visitors a hard time. You know, it's not good. So those guys are assholes. I think prison guards should have to do a psychological evaluation once every couple years, just to make sure that they're, you know, they're not fucking nuts, you know. And if they fail it, they should be suspended until they get some therapy. You know, that's just the truth, you know. Just about anybody without a criminal record can become a prison guard. So, you know. What do you guys think about this prison guard's channel? I forgot the name of the channel. Oh, That Prison Guard, I think is the name of the channel. But, you know, he was a cop. Think I should interview that guy? You think I should ask him if he'd like to come on my channel and talk about prison corruption? Just curious, you know. I've seen some of his videos. He's pretty straight up, you know. I watched a couple of them just to see how he is, but the prison guard, yeah. I wonder if I should ask that guy if he wants to come on my channel and do an interview. Get him on. That's right. Yeah. You know, he worked in Donovan after I was gone. I wasn't there when he worked there, but he worked in Calipatria, which is a pretty rough prison. Calipatria prison is mostly San Diego, Orange County, and Los Angeles prisoners. Some guys from Bakersfield and all that too, and some guys from up north, but predominantly San Diego, Orange County, Los Angeles. So it's a pretty gangster ass prison, and it has been since it opened back in like '91. It's been a rough fucking prison. There were times when the B yard was locked down for over 2 years straight. Just it could not stop rocking and rolling, rioting and stabbing. Hey, that new dog we got is growing very tall, very fast. So that's right, Sugar Smack. Yeah, so maybe I'll contact him and see what he has to say. I got some friends I want to interview. Down to earth, straight up, solid dudes. I've been lagging, quite honestly, but he's a veteran, seems straight up, and shows respect. Won't take this respect. Put me into the system. Thank you, Kel. So, change the subject. The table saw I got is from 1940s, early 1950s. A motor shot. I put a new motor on it, but now the blade runs backwards. So I need to reverse the flow of the direction of the motor. So they say you got to get a barrel switch. This is a barrel switch. There's a cover, right? It's a switch. Does anybody know how to wire this thing up? One way is reverse, off, forward. It's called a barrel switch. It reverses the polarity of the motor. I have no fucking idea how to hook it up, you know? The rule of law. Does anybody know how to hook up a barrel switch? Any electricians out there? If so, please let me know. Then I can use my saw, which is badass. This thing's a trip, man. 1, 2, 3. It's got 5 screws on each side, so somehow it reverses the polarity of the electricity which will make the motor run backwards, which is what I need, because right now it's running the way it's supposed to, and it's got my blade turning backwards. The saw I have, if you watched one of my lives where I showed it, it's pretty badass. So it's an old school saw. I love it. Manuel Guns are kind of sad when he retired. He treated them with respect. Where at, bro? I'm gonna tell you a story about a cop, right? So me and Lola, socks are an issue in prison. Yeah, the rule of law is what sets our country apart from any other country. And a lot of countries have the rule of law, but what they have is the rule of law says that the state wins no matter what. You have to follow the rules. I did Google it. You know, and if you break the rules, you're fucked. They win, you lose. America, you have a slight chance of winning sometimes. So there was this cop. I forgot his damn name. He worked in the laundry. And so Lola used to take me over there, my boss. Okay, Florida, yeah. So I would get a laundry bag. I would get about 100 socks about twice a month, because when you're working as a plumber, you get wet, whatever, and you know, get athlete's feet from showering in showers. Everybody showers in. You need clean socks all the time. So I would wear them, toss them in a laundry cart. I'd wear it, put a pair on in the morning, go to work, take a shower when I come home, put a new pair on after I take a shower. 2 pairs a day. And so this cop, he turned a blind eye. He knew I was a plumber. I took care of business as a plumber. You know, that's one of the perks you get for being a good worker and being respectful and all that other stuff. And so that cop was not just lip service. So one of the washing machines exploded. The front door's glass, I guess it broke. Missouri's a standard ground state, that's right. And so they get chemicals that flow in automatically to the washing machines. The whole washing area was flooded with chlorine gas. It's industrial laundry. And so, man, what's that cop's name? Everyone was out of there except this one dude, where it was, I could think he was working the machine. This cop went in there and drug that guy out of there. And in the process, he damaged his own lungs with chlorine gas. And he ended up having to retire. But he saved that dude's life at the peril of his own life. So, I think we got some dogs back there barking. It's running backwards. You probably just have 2 R's reversed. The saw's running normal. I need to reverse it so it will, because the motor is not the original motor to the saw. It should go, arbor should be on the left-hand side looking at it, but it's on the right-hand side, so I need to reverse the polarity. I can't turn the pulley around because the pulley for the blade is on the right-hand side looking at it. If I turn around, the arbor will be here and the pulley for the blade will be here. It's belt drive. It's belt drive, yeah. And with a compound bow, that's right, Tashaka. So that cop saved that dude's life. What's up, doggies? What's up, kids? So not all cops are pieces of shit, you know. That guy always treated me with respect, and he worked change for a while on yard 3 there in Donovan. So it wasn't just lip service, you know. You know, he was a decent dude. He saved that dude's life at the risk of his own life and his career. He damaged his lungs, you know, with chlorine gas. So, what's up, doggy? So, you know, they're just like anyone else, man. Now, tell me no inmates ran in there to save that dude's life. It was a fucking cop. So, there you go, right? So anyway, people are people, you know. Joe Allegra. Well, Joe, um, there's a couple lives. There are two parts because our computer, there was some apps on there for the wife's work, and there's some other apps in there. And so what happened is they haven't been upgraded, and they shut our computer off, right? 15 or 20 minutes into the live. So I had to finish the live on my phone, which I'm doing now actually, because my wife's not here and I don't know how to use the computer. It's actually her computer. You have a firearm, you know how to use it, you're not living up to your responsibility as a father. That's right. So, there you go. That's my take on prison guards for the night. So that guy with that prison guard channel, he could be a decent guy. You know, what's up, Bowser? You know, he did some decent shit for people in there, turned a blind eye to some misdemeanor stuff that's not really an issue, and he saved that guy's life. So, what do you think about this video I saw? This lady's filming a cop, and the cop tells, it's an African accent, tells her, don't videotape me. And she goes, you're a public servant, right? So I have the right to videotape you. I'm in public. And the cop goes, I'm a United Nations officer. This is a United Nations compound. Talking about the airport in Utah. She said, when you step outside the door of the airport, then you're on United States territory. Inside this airport, this is a United Nations compound. What do you think about that? Did you see that video? I forwarded it to a few people, man. It's pretty fucking scary. I have no respect for the United Nations, and I don't want United Nations people in this country. They have no business. Why are they declaring that an airport is a United Nations compound? I don't get that. How far we drove to get there? That's right. So how do they declare an airport in Utah a United Nations compound? I don't get it. And if you got any clues to that, please let me know. You know, United Nations should not have any business in the United States, period, especially as any kind of law or military enforcement. You know, that's what I'm saying, man. So we control who stays or leaves. Yeah, but that's the TSA and the police and the sheriff and federal cops, not the United Nations. The United Nations has no business having officers or troops of any kind in our country. And from what I hear in Arizona, United Nations dual rotor helicopters fly over out into the middle of nowhere every now and then with United Nations helicopters. So why are they here and why are they in our country, period? They have no business here. We don't need them. We have law enforcement. We have our own military. You think they're training them to come and take our shit? If you have a gun, that's right, MIT. Oh, well, I think United Nations should take a fucking hike. They need to split. We don't need them. We don't need to be a part of the United Nations. All it does is cost the United States money and lives. How many American troops have lost their lives because United Nations? They can piss off, you know? Good night, Sugar Smack. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Our little puppy. So that, you know, I believe, you know, look, I did 38 years in California State Prison. All right, Kurt, what's up, Kurt? You know, I should be one bitter son of a bitch, government hating kind of guy, but I'm not. You know, I don't hate the country. I love the country. The government's kind of messed up right now because we have a bunch of assholes running it, but it's still the greatest country in the world. Should be the most powerful country in the world. I think we made some bad mistakes as far as letting the bankers control our money. Maybe we can turn that around. I think we should get the hell out of Ukraine. I think we should let NATO take care of itself. We don't need no blue helmets here. You know, I think we should leave Russia alone. We should negotiate some kind of settlement there and get the fuck out and quit giving them people money that you and I work for. you know. Let me go see who's barking real quick. Come here. Somebody's barking. Who's barking? Who's barking? Who's barking? Hold on. Look who's barking. Yeah. Look who's barking. Yeah. So I don't know what happened to her, but one of her legs is kind of acting funny. I think she got rammed by the goat, you know? Yep, rich men start wars and poor people fight them. You okay, girl? Huh? Okay. So what happens, they run up on the fence on the goat and start barking at him. And then he rams the fence. Where are you guys' names set? Let's see. Oh, wow. That's crazy, John Doe. Matthew McCall. The people in the east of Ukraine lost. So Russia has a duty. Yep. Russia does have a duty. I can tell you some things that I heard from people I go to church with. That's right, Mario. They should let convicts join. They should start our own foreign legion based on convicts, ex-convicts that want to join. Oh! Yesterday, red coats are tomorrow's blue helmets. That's right. We need to get rid of them. We need to get rid of them. So, you know, Bulgaria, there's a lot of Bulgarians in the Ukraine. So Bulgaria sent a lot of money to the Ukrainian president and Ukrainian government to take care of the Bulgarian community in the Ukraine. And then the people from Bulgaria went over there to see how the money was spent, see how the Bulgarian people were doing. Not one dime was spent to help any of the Bulgarian people in the Ukraine. Not only that, they started invading, like a home invasion, Orthodox churches. Most Bulgarians go to Orthodox church under the Russian Patriarch. They were tearing up Orthodox churches. They were telling the Bulgarians, you're no longer allowed to speak Bulgarian in the Ukraine. You have to change your name to a Bulgarian name. All kinds of stuff. So they actually started disrespecting them, you know. I wish our leaders would speak. If you had, did you watch the State of the Union speech by Vladimir Putin? Watch it. It's very enlightening. He speaks out against the wokeism of this country about, you know, chopping off kids' penises and all that other shit, you know. He talks about how the Western culture is trying to destroy the Russian culture and the Russian Christianity. Hey, look, it'd be like when Joe Biden gives the State of the Union speech at Congress, everybody's there in the big room, right? Well, they have the same thing. And in the front, there's the head of the Russian Orthodox Church, the patriarch's there. I mean, you know, it's a Christian country. They have other religions there, but in general, it was founded. One of the czars declared Orthodoxy as a Russian state religion, you know, and so you know, there's a term for the unity of government and church and government. There's a term for that. And it comes from Constantinople, the emperor and the patriarch of the Church of Constantinople, which is at the Hagia Sophia, which is now controlled by Turkey. It's in Istanbul now. There's a term for the unity of church and state, the union. And the church doesn't control the state, and the state doesn't control the church, but they have common goals as far as the citizens of the state. It's pretty interesting. You should read it. You could probably study it and learn more about it than I can explain, but there's a term for it. We're just talking about it this Sunday in church. You know, Russia's not gonna No, it's not Christian nationalism. There's a term for it, the unity of church and state. And you know, no, it's not separation of church and state. It's actually a unity. And Russia still kind of has it. They had it in Constantinople. The emperor was basically ordained by the patriarch of the church, and they worked in unison with each other for the betterment of the citizens of the country. So it's a pretty beautiful thing in theory, and in practice it worked back then. Nowadays people are so corrupt and so greedy that, you know, I don't know how well it would work, but the bottom line is they have an Orthodox church as part of a government facility in Russia. Knadus, and it's for the government officials to go to. It's, you know, you don't see that in the United States. We've taken all that out of our country at the behest of our international bankers that run our government. And that's why they hate Trump so much, you know, because he's not part of that shit. So Trump was in Palestine, by the way, he brought truckloads of water to Palestine, Ohio, you know. Good night, Big Goose. Look at the Chew back there. He loves the heater. Chew, you all right? Come, buddy. Come on. Come on over here, Chewy. Come on. Come on. Chewy don't like the new dogs. Come here. Where you at? Chewy. Come here. Come here, boy. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he don't like the new dogs. He's king shit. He barks at him, he bites him, and they leave him alone. Come, buddy. He's the king of the house. He's a super stud. Yeah. First day I met Chewy, he jumped in my lap, started licking on my face, and my wife said, "That's it, he's your dog now." Yeah, ain't you, buddy? Huh? Well, oh, you little fucker. So I do believe, there you go, buddy. I think the country's headed for some bad stuff because, Chewy's a man. You know, when things are bad and somebody steps in to make them better, it takes a while. And sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. So I think we need to tighten our belts, chin up, chest out, and get ready for some hard times because they're coming. Lofas. Hard times are coming. And just make the best of it. Good night, Kel. Yeah, prayers for Carl and the Hard Intention family. Carl's a great guy, by the way. We love him and his wife a lot. Carl's actually trying to help us figure out how to get flannels made. And we might, by the way, we might get a new printer in Lake Havasu. If so, we want to start doing, we used to do prepay orders for hoodies, stuff like that we don't carry on our website. If we get this guy printing our stuff, we're going to start doing prepay stuff and other things that we used to do when we first got off the ground, so we can get hoodies and other stuff out there that's kind of neat. Work shirts, stuff like that. So let's hope that pans out, you know. Well, folks, I'm gonna take a shower. I gotta go work tomorrow. We're gonna paint that house, make a few bucks. Thanks Shane for the work. We got homeboy has a handyman business. He's putting me to work. So, you know, Constance reside. Was in the Ukraine. I know they say in the Poland. Yeah, but anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. LA Dodger Blue, we're doing good, my brother. You guys take care. We're gonna tune out and take a shower, hit the rack, take care of these mutts, clean up the house, cause Ship Dog, we're doing good, brother. Good night, Brian. You guys take care. I'm gonna take care of the house and the mutts, secure the facility. Art of Survival, thank you so much. And good night to Shanka and get up in the morning. I got to cut out. I got about an hour drive to work. So, Raymond, good night. Good night, Kel. Oh yeah, work shirts. Good night, Carl. We love you, brother. Greggy Yala, good night, brother. I'm going to be working on them airplanes soon, by the way. I want to give Dee a shout out for that planer. He's part of the Hard Intentions family. Sent me a planer, a DeWalt planer, and a stand. I'm just blessed. You guys take care. You know, all the madness we talk about, don't let it bother you. Go about your life and stay vigilant. Stay ready. And you know what? Take care of your family. Educate the kids. You know, don't scare them. Make them smart. We love you. You guys take care. Get out there and do it hard. Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. Good night, MYT, Greg Ayala, Carl, everybody, good night. We love you. Good night, Brian.